Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there was a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver was known far and wide for his wisdom and kindness. Animals from all over the forest would come to seek his advice on various matters. One sunny day, a young rabbit named Rosie hopped up to Oliver's tree. She was in tears and looked very distressed. "Oliver," she said, sniffling, "I lost my favorite toy, a little wooden carrot that my grandmother gave me. I have looked everywhere but can't find it. I'm so sad." Oliver hooted softly and said, "Don't worry, Rosie. Losing something precious can be very upsetting, but sometimes finding it requires not just looking with our eyes, but also with our hearts." Rosie wiped her tears and asked, "How do I do that?" Oliver explained, "First, take a deep breath and calm your mind. Think about where you had lost your toy and retrace your steps. Sometimes when we are upset, we overlook the simplest places." Rosie nodded and began to retrace her steps. She thought about the day she lost the toy. She remembered playing by the river and then visiting her friend Timmy the squirrel and finally going home through the meadow. Oliver suggested, "Why don't you go to each of those places again, but this time ask for help from your friends? Often we forget that we are surrounded by those who care about us." Rosie liked this idea. She first went to the river bank where she met Benny the beaver. Benny was busy building a dam but paused to help Rosie looking around. They searched the grassy patches and sandy edges, but the toy was not there. Next, Rosie went to Timmy's tree house. Timmy eagerly helped, searching every nook and cranny of his cozy home. He even asked his bird friends if they had seen it from above, but no one had. Feeling a little disheartened, Rosie made her way through the meadow. As she walked, she met Daisy the deer, who was grazing peacefully. Daisy asked what was wrong, and Rosie explained her situation. Daisy immediately offered to help. Together they walked through the meadow, checking under flowers and bushes. Suddenly, Rosie remembered a little game she played with her toy near a big oak tree in the meadow. They rushed to the tree, and there, hidden under a pile of autumn leaves, was Rosie's wooden carrot. Rosie's wooden carrot. Rosie's eyes sparkled with joy as she picked up her precious toy. "Thank you, Daisy, and thank you, Oliver," she shouted, knowing the wise old owl could hear her even from afar. She hurried back to Oliver's tree to share the good news. Oliver smiled warmly and said, "Remember, Rosie, when you are faced with a problem, stay calm, think carefully, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Often those who care about you can make all the difference." Rosie hugged her wooden carrot tightly and nodded. "I will remember, Oliver. Thank you for your wisdom." And so, Rosie learned an important lesson about patience, careful thinking, and the value of friendship. She went home that night happy and content, ready to dream about new adventures with her friends by her side. From that day onwards, whenever an animal had a problem, they would think of Oliver's wise words and work together to find a solution. The forest became thereafter an even happier place filled with cooperation and kindness. And that, dear children, is the story of Rosie and her wooden carrot, teaching us all the importance of staying calm, thinking carefully, and valuing our friends. Good night. Sweet dreams.